My little pony, my little pony.
Hello everyone and welcome to Bronyville. This is episode 35, recorded on December 18th, 2011. I am your host, Cider, dodging some precarious little notes things here on our Google Doc for the week. How y'all doing? Glad you're able to listen in on the show. We are, for the point right now, two-manning it. The other stallion helping in on the microphone is our illustrious Chef Sandy. Hey there, Chef.
Hello, hello.
Alright, so it's just the two of us for a little while. We're going to have to mix this up depending on how our guest situation goes. We might have a special little recording or have Purple Tinker on for a little. We'll figure it out. But we're on precious time for Chef Sandy today. So
yes, unfortunately, we're going to have to wing it today, which is very hard because we're Earth ponies.
Yeah, whoa, hey, there you go. So, there's no... You know what? This is the first time we don't have to ask the 4 questions. I guess our favorite characters and favorite episodes are kind of known out there. Twilight Sparkle represent!
Rainbow Dash.
So,
Brazil.
There you go.
Commander Hurricane.
Commander Hurricane. That character. Alright, we'll talk about that episode of Crazy.
Yeah, I really like it.
Well, we can get into that in just a few, Chef. Oh, calm down your ponies.
Oh gosh, but I want to talk about ponies. Wait, I'm here to talk about ponies.
But first, we need to talk about sponsors, and who is that, Chef?
That is We Love Fine. If you use our coupon code Bronyville10, you get 10% off the purchase of your shirts, bags, hoodies, and beanies now.
Yep.
I want a beanie. I'm totally gonna buy a Rainbow Dash Cutie Mark beanie. I'm clicking on it now to see how much it is.
And I have confirmed that at least one pony out there did purchase a shirt using our code, which makes me feel good. We've made progress.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I've used it too. So two.
Awesome. Yeah, it's $20 for a Rainbow Dash beanie, but you know what? I think that's worth it. They also have Rarity, Derpy, Big Mac, and a Fluttershy, or no, Pinkie Pie thing. Doesn't look like a beanie. What is that? I don't know.
Is it like a Pinky Fedora or something?
It's a pilot beanie.
Pilot beanie.
It's very strange.
I would go search, but that sounds like a little bit too much. But
yeah. It's a very girl hat.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, so do that. We Love Fine. Bronyville10 is the code. Go purchase pony stuff there. It's good. I've purchased. I love them. Alright, so quickly moving onward, Chef, you've put in the news. You have become our de facto news pony over there, which I like because it means you get to talk more than me a little bit.
Yep.
So let's see, what do we got? It looked like we had a little bit of interesting news actually pop up every once in a while, so a little bit more than we had before.
More in the way of real news, at least. Tons of soft news, but one of these stories is somewhat serious business. However, the first part is the Humble Brony Bundle is indeed serious business, because these guys had, at last count, let's take a look, donated $5,250 to the Humble Indie Bundle number 4, which, obviously, y'all should go buy, because, I mean, you can name your price, and you get a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, right. Well, right now it looks like you get Night Sky HD, Shank, Super Meat Boy, Bit Trip Runner, Jamestown, and if you donate more than their average, you get Cave Story Plus and gratuitous space battles.
And all their soundtracks.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that bit too.
That is an awesome deal. Gratuitous space battles and Cave Story Plus are worth it.
I've heard nothing but good about Cave Story, yeah.
Yeah.
And all that goes to the American Red Cross and Child's Play. So all the proceeds end up going to those two charities.
Well, some of the proceeds goes to the guys, but everybody makes a little money, but it is for charity. So,
correct.
And it's DRM free.
Yep.
Even better.
Use it wherever you want. I love the little cut down of just like Windows users usually donate below the average. Mac users above. Linux users are just like $10 there. I'm donating it all.
Yep. But it is good to see our community working together to make us look good.
Mm-hmm. It's actually kind of neat because I read on there, it's like, okay, so if I donate, do I get the bundle piece? And they're just like, no, you'd have to make a separate donation to get the actual piece. So this is actually Brony's kind of donating, just like, all right, we're going to jump onto the zeitgeist, make us look really cool and do all this donation, and then going and grabbing the all the stuff afterwards. So that's pretty cool.
It is very cool, and it's for a good cause. Moving on, the PonyArchive got a cease and desist.
Ooh. Oh, wait. Hold on. Gotta get ready for this. Chef, they're coming after us now. They've been fine with us. They've been cool. But it looks like finally they're turning. Hasbro is officially attacking us.
No.
What?
Okay, so this is one of those sort of, is it real, is it fake? So PonyArchive got a cease and desist with some legalese. Basically they're saying, basically what this email's saying is take down your stuff, quit distributing pony stuff, and take that picture of Fluttershy off your website. Whether or not it's real or fake is up in the air. There's really not been any other news about it. And you'd think by this point the lawyers would have replied with lol okay and gotten their site yanked. Which, fair enough. I mean, let's see. As of Sunday, December 18th, is their website still around? Let's see.
Drumroll, please. Furious clicking.
PonyArchive.eu is still working. Well, it's still up, and apparently... So
it's still on.
It's still up. They haven't contacted their service provider or much anything.
So, yeah, it could be a dud, could be real. The main thing is if you take down one, another shall rise.
Yeah, but I would like to comment, though, on the community that really acting like this is like the end of the world, Hasbro is evil, blah, blah, blah. I did a short rant of this on my Twitter a few days ago where really you're not entitled to free downloads of the show. Hasbro's been really gracious in allowing people to post things on YouTube and stuff for a really long time. And while, yeah, sure, it's really easy to get these things via digital distribution, via unofficial channels, that is to say piracy. Torrents.
Yep.
It is really best to support the show with your dollars in that you can purchase this from iTunes, or soon enough you'll be able to purchase a DVD set. And yeah, I know there's people who are like, oh god, I hate Apple, oh god, I don't want iTunes, oh god, they have DRM. Well, that's the way to get them via digital, legitimately, and if you can't get them elsewhere like that, I mean, don't complain when your avenues of alternative acquisition disappear. Do the right thing, support this show with your dollars, and buy them on iTunes, or buy them on physical discs when they come out.
Or buy toys, I guess, maybe.
Well, yeah, that too. But we'll see what happens with this going forward. I mean, obviously, the lawyers might have been like, well, I sent it on Tuesday. I don't want to work till next Tuesday. I'm going to take a 5-day cocktail lunch.
It's Christmas. Nobody likes to take down sites during Christmas, so...
Yeah, unfortunately, the guys at the website kind of did a know you and sent back a real flippant response, so that might have something to do. But, I mean, we'll see.
So
it's news in that people made a big deal out of it, but again, it's one of those we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Yep, so.
Moving on. The Hub's Naughty or Nice thing that they were running. So, in the beginning, people kind of had done some digging on the website and found out that, barring any major intervention, the winners of this Naughty or Nice competition had been pre-selected.
Really?
Yes. There had been already winners things lined up. And it was supposed to be Megatron versus Pinkie Pie. And, well, then of course our community got involved. And it is now Discord versus Pinkie Pie. So
let me get this right. So there was some weighting that they already had put in just to be like, all right, Megatron gets a nice little weight, and we'll put him against this Discord guy from whatever this show. And then just Bronies went, nope.
Pretty much. I mean, because
you guys are crazy.
Transformers Prime and My Little Pony are the two biggest shows. And apparently we have crashed their careful planning. And there's Pony Marathon this morning. It's like 4 episodes. Not much of a marathon, but I just thought that was very funny that we have crushed their careful planning.
Oh, Hub, how you try and be sneaky.
Yeah, I mean, it's a TV channel's... It's a kids' TV channel's fake contest. It's not exactly into the world that there's shenanigans afoot.
Oh no, they tried to do stuff with their programming. Blast them!
Yep. Those fiends. And the last little bit is the Equestria Daily December Draw-Off. Week 2 has been completed. The link in the show notes will take you to the gallery of the winners. There are several comics and lots of pictures. I think it's great that they're still running these things.
There are pictures scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. There's a few pictures.
Yes.
I think there's more than 3 pictures in here. Whoa. Some of these get a little weirdly grim. Saw a pony up on a stake. What? Alright, yeah.
I must have missed that one. But that's okay. It's like the draw friend thing that they did earlier in the year.
Okay, this moderately deviant entry 2 of the Michelangelo touching the weirdly humanized, like Twilight touching creepily humanized Celestia.
Yeah.
Some of these are awesome. Oh God. Oh.
Yeah, some of these are really good, and some of them are sort of what. But it's good to see the community sort of, all right, everybody, break out your pencils and let's draw.
Let me find some more nightmare fuel on here. I'm sure I could. Here we go.
Oh, there's the Celestia with her eyes bleeding.
Oh, there we go. I'll have bad dreams tonight. Have very bad Christmas dreams, holiday dreams, hearth-warming dreams.
Wow. There's a big Macintosh done up as like a massive Clydesdale with sleigh harness on and jingly bells.
There's a Fluttershy eating a Krispy Kreme donut called Fluttercream, and it is of her same color scheme. There's something kind of odd about that.
What? Yeah, I just found the steak one. What the hell?
There's a Pinky in a jar. Yeah, the steak one is just like, huh?
They're not gonna burn Lyra at the stake for her weird things the fan and community has put upon her.
Blasted, she is not heartstrings, burn her! Whatever.
Yeah,
Destroy
so check that out.
Fanon.
I encourage people to contribute to that kind of thing. It strengthens the community and gets people participating.
Yep.
Moving on.
Yep, we're moving on.
Fanfics.
Fanfics, books. This will make it quick for me. I've not been able to read anything, so I got nothing. So I don't know. Go read Allegriza again. I like that one. It's got Scratch in it. Go.
Yeah, I like Allegriza too. My choice for this week is the Cutie Mark Espionage Agency by Impossible Numbers. It is a Cutie Mark Crusaders when Apple Bloom suggests coming spies, her fellow Cutie Mark Crusaders poo-poo her idea, but as strange things aren't happening around Ponyville, it looks like she and her friends are going to get a lot more intrigue than they bargained for. It's CMC spies! Yay!
CMC spy. Like, are we talking more Mission Impossible spies, or are we talking more Totally spies, or
detectives and spies?
More detectives than spies. All right.
It was cute.
Always gets me when there's just it's like, oh, they're spies. Well, no, that's more detectives and stuff like that. Like the misuse of the word spy always gets me. Like spy, I'm just imagining somebody sneaking, manila folders to somebody in a dark alleyway, in Stallion-grad, it's just really dark, like, sneaky stuff, whereas detectives are just kind of like in a car trying to knock down speakeasies, those jerks. Yup. There's my rant for the day. You can enjoy it.
All right.
So, topic time. We don't have any real topics, so what we can do is certainly just run into and get you guys over to the episode. So go ahead and lay us down with the episode there, Sheffers.
All right. This episode was titled Hearthwarming Eve, written by Meriwether Williams. Her second episode that she has written. It was all right. I liked it.
See, Meriwether also did the Mysterious Mare Duel, just to give you a little bit of reference there.
Yes, the episode that made people go, Rainbow Dash isn't a very likable pony.
Yeah, I could have told you that.
Jab!
Alright, so, let's see, we'll give a little bit of a setup. So they're telling about the story about how Equestria was founded, yada yada yada, how friendship was necessary, yada yada yada. So, yeah, go on.
Alright, so this is the 37th aired episode of the show, and it really only uses the characters as proxies to tell the story. The actual personalities of the main cast are not exactly prevalent because they are obviously playing a role in a play. The scene set, they go to Canterlot and everyone's like, woo, awesome! And Pinkie Pie is extremely random, but in terms of it, this particular episode could have been done with background ponies. That's just my feeling.
They really could have.
It could have been Lyra, Bon, Derpy,
But then they would have had to make... They could have done that, but it's the main character. I think it's one of those things where the main characters were recognizable. They're just like... And they would have to, set down voices for those other characters.
Oh, I know. I know the reasoning behind it, but this is one of those episodes where the main cast was pretty superfluous to the actual story.
I actually would have liked to see them do backgrounds. I actually, that was one of the things I was really excited about with the episodes, is imagining that you would see, all these different ones. Like, oh, alright, well, they're reprising roles. That's fine, I guess.
But it tells a story. The Pegasi had a very militaristic Spartan-style culture. You had the Earth Pony Renaissance peasants, and then you had the Unicorn royalty, who thought very highly of themselves. They were separate tribes, and they had different cultures, and they all had to work together. And I thought it was interesting. It's like My Little Pony friendship is mandatory, or else your country gets killed by ice ghosts. Which is kind of funny, because I tweeted that, and loads of people retweeted it.
That's a pretty good one there, Chef. You must be friends, otherwise you will be frozen to death.
Yeah, overall, I liked the episode. There was a sort of monster of the week in the Wendigos.
Which are still out there, by the way.
Apparently.
You have any disagreement with your friends ever, they will freeze the heck out of you.
Which is kind of strange, because they didn't when Twilight almost ruined everything in episode 0. So, apparently they are seasonal monsters.
Seasonal.
They only show up in wintertime.
Blasted seasonal beasts. Alright, so let me just go through this. Alright, so there's everybody getting ready for the pre-performance, Fluttershy freaking out a little bit, and then everything going nuts that starts. It was like, okay, so it was just a more obnoxious version of... you know what? Pinkie, Rarity, and Rainbow Dash were all just playing more obnoxious versions of themselves. Where Rarity was just way just into herself. Just Rainbow Dash being just super a brat at times. And then Pinkie just being as bizarre as she could possibly figure herself out as Puddinghead. Which, okay, I kind of like that. And then all of them have their assistants and know how to and then they end up finding Equestria and have it. I don't know. It was. I'm still kind of. I watched it twice, and I was just like, it didn't have much that appealed to me. You know, it had certainly the little bits to it that I thought were interesting. Mostly when Pinky was doing just bizarre stuff like putting a map on her face and walking in circles. You know, a lot of the stuff where I went, okay, that's I enjoy that was, you know, mainly centered around Pinky just being bizarre like she usually is.
Yeah, I mean, the little costume changes that they had for the episode, the like Dash with armor, Rarity running around with purple jewels and stuff on. I think the characters. I would have to say, and this is just my opinion, and probably just lol fan and speculation, that this particular play to the actual founding of Equestria is probably about as accurate as, I don't know, the actual Thanksgiving, event, the Thanksgiving plays where the Pilgrims and the Indians are friends, they all sit down, they all share a bountiful harvest and stuff, versus the actual reality of the situation.
Yeah, you know, they all just went to a big table and had a bunch of food, and they had, they watched football afterwards. That's what happened at Thanksgiving.
Totally. So I'm gonna guess that was probably and I'm not even going to use my more controversial one. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't necessarily reflect reality. But it tells a good story. It tells a cute story, gives a little bit of info dump on the background of the world before Celestia and Luna, apparently. Mm-hmm. And, which makes you wonder, where did the sisters come from?
All right, it's time to talk about fanon. Let's do this. All right, it was before their rule, obviously, because they stated that at the beginning of the episode. There is no Mare in the Moon, so it's before any of the Luna stuff happened, obviously. If you notice, though, the flag that is put down for Equestria features the two of them. So my guess, all right, here's the fanon bait. My guess is that they were fabled sisters that at one time created the lands, but then left because, I don't know, the ponies were fighting. And then later in the story, Celestia returns to help them out, probably with Discord, and she finds them and was going to leave, but then they're like, no, we're all happy now, and she decides to stay. There's your fanon.
Yeah, there's many ways that could go. I did think it was weird that there's no Celestia or Luna at a play that takes place in Canada like Castle.
Yeah, that was bizarre.
And, I did like the little song, which is sort of like the Equestria National Anthem or whatever. The Heart Carol is the official term. Little 1-minute song, or no, 38-second song.
Yeah, it was short, like a little bit of variation, but I was just like, wow, they just snuck that one in, just right, just like, it's a holiday. Should we have a song? Daniel, oh god, 38, oh god, all right, here you go.
It's like he sketches it on a napkin. There you go.
That sounds like a holiday song. Go.
I mean, it's one of those songs that probably could have been longer, but it's okay.
It needed a guitar solo.
I will admit, this is one of the episodes of Season 2, this is probably one of my least favorites. It's okay for what it is, but you kind of expect better. Mm-hmm.
I mean, after I watched the episode the first time, I went back and actually watched Luna Eclipsed just to see the way that they did the holiday, and it's such a good episode. Chef, can I sell you on how good that episode is?
It's a good episode. I like it.
It is not Her Swarming Eve. It is just like there's just these like you know what? It feels very much like an episode that you would watch of a TV show for little girls aged 8 to 10. It's very, and that's kind of equal to like Mare-Duell, which Meriwether did before. It's very much just the basic kind of outline you would expect on a children's show. It's like, oh right, it doesn't strive to be much more than it is.
Yeah, I would kind of toss in one other thing. Wendigos are winter spirits that feed on fighting and hatred. The more hate and spirit feels, the colder things become, according to the character Twilight Sparkle's playing. And whereas in the mythology of the Algonquin people, the Wendigo is a malevolent, cannibalistic, supernatural being strongly associated with the winter, north, and coldness, as well as famine and starvation. So, it's like, Wendigo, so was Pony eating Pony? Pony should not eat Pony. Pony Pony.
They very much stretched it out just to be like, Wendigo. Like it's a Wendigo. Like they do wind stuff, because it's cold and blistered.
Yeah, it's like, So does that imply that they were going to cannibalism?
Now the question is, and now here's the other
answer
fun.
is no, because it's a children's cartoon. But we like to put on our overthinking caps and
well, here's my piece of the overthinking cap. So what about the lost land, the land that all the ponies moved from to come to Equestria? Like what is that now? Is that everything in Everfree, or is it like?
Well, if it's everything in Everfree, they didn't go very far.
It seemed like they walked for probably about 30 minutes and then found it.
Yeah, so maybe they lived in the Everfree, and
hence the ruins.
Who knows?
Fanon, go! Attack!
It's one of those things that, the play probably doesn't have a lot of, and it gets some of the basic facts right, but doesn't actually cover the history, which is what fanfic's for. Hop to it, guys.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I will say probably my favorite part of the episode was the reuse of the word Star Swirl the Bearded, or the fact that was name dropped again.
Yeah, and one other thing, Paradise by Slywit, it didn't get jossed.
Oh.
Because it's set far enough back, it gives a potential explanation for Celestia and Luna, and didn't get destroyed. It did not get jossed.
You are so happy there. Meanwhile, there's probably like 5 or 6 fics out there that people are like, no!
Yes, you got jossed.
Yeah. Let's see, let me run through the little notes here. Let's see. The plot of Hearthwarming Eve Play is partially based on the story in the iOS storybook application, My Little Pony Twilight Sparkle Teacher for a Day. Strangely, the storybook application came out 3 months before the actual episode. In the Hearthwarming Eve Play, Rarity proclaimed part of Equestria as a new country called Unicornia. Unicornia is also a city in the G3 special My Little Pony Crystal Princess The Runaway Rainbow, in which all unicorns and Rarity herself, during the special, live. The flag of the 6 ponies plant on the ground bears both Luna and Celestia, as well as the sun and the moon. However, Luna and Celestia were not rulers at the time. Celestia's mane on the flag is green rather than pink as it is normally seen, though it does match the color of her mane in the stained glass window. It shows her and her sister fighting discord. When Twilight is trying to pull Fluttershy out of the bucket before the show begins, she yells Pinky. This sound can also be heard at the end of the ticket song in the episode The Ticketmaster.
Wow, they dug deep for that file.
Sure did. This is the first episode where Spike can be seen singing, but he and the main ponies are not easily heard in the choir. And lastly, this is the second episode as Star Swirl the Bearded is mentioned after Luna eclipsed.
So,
there's your ponies. Next episode, let me hit the episode list, is going to be Family Appreciation Day. So you're going to have a few weeks off. You're going to have the 24th and the 31st with no pony.
Hang in there, guys.
Fight your Christmas and New Year's with no ponies available. Don't worry, you'll get Family Appreciation Day on January 7th.
Well, I mean, you've got 2 weeks of busy, but I'm sure there will be reruns of Pony to watch.
There certainly will be. And you have Fanon to recreate.
Yes.
And, Family Appreciation Day is going to be the 38th overall episode, E2S12. Apple Bloom doesn't want Granny Smith to embarrass her by speaking in her class, so that's going to be it. Family Appreciation Day. We get to hear much more Granny Smith.
And then we get to find out that Applejack is more like Batmare than you'd ever know.
Ba-ba-da-da.
Her
All right.
parents are dead!
Smack. Robin, why you gotta be such a jerk? Alright, so, let's go ahead and move. I don't know, how much longer do we have you for, Chef?
15 minutes, let's do this.
Alright, emails, go. You can send emails across to bronyville@gmail.com. I will go ahead and start off. Dear Apple Cider, Chef Sandy, and friends, I am a long-time listener, first-time writer, inspired to finally write to you fantastic bronies thanks to I Bring the Lulls and his holiday PSA. As you are aware, he has encouraged bronies near and far to share words of thanks and gratitude to fellow bronies who have been a source of inspiration, hope, and other such things. I came into this community over the summer, sucked in by the exceptional quality of Friendship is Magic and the quality of the ever-growing fandom. The art, the fiction, music, and podcasts are amazing. I started listening to your show during my graveyard shifts at work, not knowing what to expect. The humor, good nature, and chemistry of you and Chef Sandy share have helped lift my spirits and bring a smile to my face when life makes me want to scream instead. The variety of guests has kept things entertaining and spicy as well.
Spicy.
I look forward to listening to future episodes and hope to see you and all at Bronycon. Keep up the good work. May fortune smile on your endeavors and whatever the future brings. I hope that you both remain very good friends. Sincerely, Midnight Oil. Finally made a pony name. Does this make me a full-fledged Brony now? P.S. I've been wanting to suggest a fanfic to you both to read for some time. Guardians by Warhorse72. Although EQD labels it as grimdark, you can rest assured your sensitive eyes won't be exposed to senseless cupcakes and rainbows. PSS Rarity is best pony. Who could have guessed?
Yes.
Let's see.
Partners in crime. I don't think we've done any crime.
Not really.
No. Let's not do crime. I wouldn't survive a day in prison. I'm too soft to Earth Pony, oh god. Moving on. Next email. Greetings. I'll lay off the X in this email, but feel free to read it in the cheesiest, most outrageous German accent you can imagine. No, sorry. Plus, I don't really know how to do one very well. Okay, moving on. I quite enjoyed The Secret of Mike Says, particularly the slight, subtler reference to the King Kong that you'll usually get. The kidnapping sequence was practically shot for shot. And of course, the massive amount of ship launching that was going on. So much shipping! It's also interesting to introduce the idea that dragons don't necessarily mature because of time, but because of their hoarding instincts kicking in. Of course, their maturity would have to catch up eventually in order to give us giant dragons capable of coherent sentences, but I can see that too. But also explain giant dragons being fairly rare, since the ones who grow like Spike did here would inspire dragon hunters long before they could mature enough to chill out and relax. As for Hearth-forming Eve, the reason I waited till the last minute to send out this email... Oh my gosh, it's a topical email. Because I filled out the emails this morning. I'd say that it was actually pretty close to the quality level of most Christmas pageants I've seen. The Wendigos were an interesting idea to add in and gave us something more for the list of equestrian nasties. Not what I'd call a top-tier episode, but not a bad one for what it was meant to be. Reasonably solid, not focused on making a parallel parable to the modern day with the cast having the same sort of squabbles during the show. Something I hate to see in dramatized performances. Most casts can pull together for at least that long. Discussing your own show, I have to say, Mike the Mike was an astounding guest. I find myself giggling as I sing the My Little Redneck lyrics in my head during the episode intros. I have to say there are dangers of getting Mike online when Chef isn't around. For example, some of your fans might take it upon themselves to, just hypothetically, hypnotize Chef and tie him up in the apple cellar, so that Mike can be on all the time. Aww. At least until the resulting weapons-grade oatmeal caused Pinky to manifest in reality and destroy the world in one massive party. Maybe that's what the Mayans were talking about? Auf Wiedersehen, Professor Schronky-Fraud. Still missing my umlaut. P.S. Courtesy Apple Cider, I now want to see Princess Candeskia, Mistress of Light Bulbs. I may be forced to write this into being, and I hope you're pleased with yourself, AC.
I am. I also would like to see Princess Candelabra. She is the princess of holding candles.
There you go.
But actually, I have a quick little thing that we can do here, Chef. Hold on. I've got to hit this button. And we might have a guest jumping in with us real quick. Let's see how this works. Purple!
Hey, can you hear me?
You're there.
Hello.
Hey, so
Hello.
Howdy. We're running through our show a little quick right now. We've got, I've already fed her in the next email that we're going to work on, and then we can just loop back and talk about BronyCon a little bit. Well, a disjointed show, but such is the holidays.
Yeah, 'cause I have to...
This time of year.
Oh, was that?
Sorry, things get crazy this time of year.
Oh, yeah, totally. So,
yeah,
let's
I
go...
have to jump out here in like 10 minutes, so...
No problem. So, me and PT will hold down the fort. Purple, if you wouldn't mind handling that next email for us?
Not at all. The one about Dear AC, Chafelicious, and Guest?
That would be it. The third one down.
All right. They write, I'm part of the small but expanding group of military bronies, though I'm reluctant to share said interest with my comrades in arms. As a pilot, I'm accustomed to being around all manner of nerdery and fanboyism. After all, most of us grew up wanting to be astronauts, but professing love for colorful equines is going just a little too far, at least for now. I wouldn't be surprised, though, to see Death's lightning bolts pop up on the less noticeable parts of our aircraft. Now that I think about it, that's not a bad idea. Anyway, I just finished listening to your podcast from the first episode to present. Oh, this is long. I only came into the fandom a couple of months ago, right before Luna eclipsed, and it took a while after watching the series to find out about your show. It felt really weird hearing you guys sign off and not being able to skip ahead immediately to the next episode. Now I'm going to have to wait a whole week, just like with My Little Pony. /sigh. Oh well, it's worth it. You guys do a great job. You really do. And I'm going to love tuning in for as long as you broadcast. Instead of a question, I've got a fanfic concept I wanted to throw out there for you to discuss. It's a little strange, but hang with me. Pony MST3Ks. Once upon a time, back when the Evangelion fandom was huge, there was a fanfic author who excelled at doing MSTs of the best or worst examples of EVA fanfic. The catch is that instead of using Joel and the bots, the author had his own versions of the EVA main cast watching movies about themselves from a parallel dimension. It sounds weird in concept, but the execution was hilarious. Watching canon versions of the characters react to over-the-top shipping of themselves or the utter insanity of crackfics added a whole new twist. It was like getting two fanfics in one. On the occasion when he picked a dark fic to MST, the effect was kind of like the alternate endings to that fic which shall not be named. Oh. The MST reactions softened the blow, or somehow made it better. So I guess I do have a question. If you could take the canon cast as seen in the series and show them a fanfic portrayed like a movie to them, which would it be and why? Long email is long, so I guess I'll wrap it up here. Take care, gentlemen, and thanks for all you do. You want me to field this?
Oh, yeah, Sky Strider. Yeah, there's a few more lines on that. So, Sky Strider, and for the record, Luna...
Oh, yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
He says, and for the record, Luna is best pony!
Royal Canterlot voice activated.
Yes, specified the Royal Canterlot voice. Fluttershy is best main six, Vinyl Scratch is best background pony, Scootaloo is best chicken, Mike the microphone is best guest, and Sleepy Pie is best Starry Night. Aww. Oh, and Chef Sandy is best host. Kidding, you're both awesome.
Oh, that almost hurt. Let's see.
These guys are getting long, you guys.
I know, they're just... Chef's picking all the wordy ones this week. Let's see. Chef, you go ahead. I've got to think up a fanfic if there was an MST. Now, yeah, go ahead.
I would say something really silly like Ballad of Twilight Sparkle. Because that one is really goofy and really out there.
You know what? Fluttershy gets a paper cut. That one was kind of insane. That would be a good one for them just to go, I wouldn't do that. I think that's far too much blood.
Fluttershy, I don't have that much blood in me, do I?
Yeah, that one would probably be a pretty good one. The thing that I think I agree. I was in some other fandoms that had MST3K fics. The only thing is that there is like a little bit of maliciousness in having those fics because you're kind of openly mocking someone's work, whereas with a movie you're kind of openly mocking a really bad movie, which technically was someone's work, but it's a little more distant.
Yeah, I don't really think that our community would really be the space for that kind of thing, because it is essentially, like you say, picking on an individual author, as opposed to a poorly written movie which had a whole bunch of people involved.
You have any ideas there, PT? Anything if there had to be an MST3K that should be included?
Geez, I'm probably going to get flamed for saying this, but I'd kind of love to see their reaction to Spider Sizz. Just because it's Spider Sizz.
Spider Sizz.
Just have... if they did Spider Sizz, I would require Luna to read that, just so I could see her facial expressions of,
Especially if she read part of it in the Royal Canterlot voice.
Yeah. All right.
All right, my turn now. Greetings, Apple Cider, Chef Sandy, an awesome guest. After giving your podcast a whirl back in October and 2 months of off and on listening to your podcast right from the beginning, sometimes instead of sleeping, it was a great pleasure that I am now finally up to date and have finished listening to episode 34. You guys have done an excellent job with the podcast and really shows, and props goes to your Auto Pony M bullshit. Or as we like to call M. You also have some pretty awesome guests on the show, most notably Midnight Shadow. You're a beat, Brony. Please have him back. I want to hear his announcer voice again. The Beetle Bronies, Mike the Microphone, who help add a pinch of crazy, insane oatmeal, British fun times 2, coolness multiplied by 1.3, awesomeness, radicalness, rainbow dash abuse, yada yada yada, my little redneck. Anyway, the point of this email is that I have a simple question for you and guest. Friendship Forever Mix by Chain Algorithm is an excellent track and makes for an equally excellent intro to the show. If you were by chance to change your intro song into something else, what would you choose? Anyway, keep up the great work, and thank you for reading my email, which I have restrained from typing for many weeks because I had wanted to finish listening to everything that I could. Be sure I wasn't asking something you had already answered from your tireless listener, Zoomcar. P.S. Rarity is in Twilight Sparkle is best ponies. P.S.S. Regarding names, you should give Chef. Being an enthusiastic TF2 player, I would like to suggest Chef Sandwich and AC. You can be Apple Psyduck. Sent from my iPad.
Chef Sandwich. You know, we've been using that same intro for 35 episodes at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what we would use to do to change it out.
I think at this point, I was talking to, I think, Pinkie Pie Swear for a little bit about an intro. I haven't heard back from him. I might also check and see if Pinkie Pie Swear is a little bit busy. I might check and see if we could just grab some tracks somewhere, and Mike could do something, or both lulls and or get Jackalapp, all those crazy guys to do a little something for a beginning part of the show. I would love that. The reason that we chose that is, one, I like the Friendship Forever mix, and it was one of the first mixes kind of out there that was of the main theme song. It's a good one. I like that mix, so that's kind of one of the reasons that we went for it for the intro. Let's see, any song you would choose there, Chef?
Not off the top of my head. Yeah. What would you think?
What's a good song, PT?
Well, the good song wouldn't necessarily be the best song for the intro. I mean, I've always been partial to that Alex S. song, What a World, but it's not exactly representative of the show. Mm-hmm. Maybe something more like Pony Swag or one of the various remixes of it. But I gotta say, though, if you guys are in the market for a new song, there's going to be we gotta have at least 10 great Brony musicians sign up for Bronycon, and you guys are going to be there, so maybe you can talk with all of them.
I imagine
out the world-style collaboration with all the Brony musicians.
I imagine we'll be talking to all the ponies. Oh my goodness!
So we could have them all the world as a song. Just have all of them adding into something. You do realize this probably needs to be 15 to 20 seconds. Yeah, but they all can manage 5 seconds of it.
Oh my!
So.
All right, we have one more email and a cool thing, and then I gotta go. But
Run.
Then, PT, you can really give us the info for Bronycon. We're looking forward to it. Last email from me. Dear Apple Cider, Chef Sandy, and honored guests, I'm sure you received a zillion emails about this already, but Rarity's singing voice is not Tabitha St. Germain, but rather, who is it? Kazumi Evans. Guys, seriously, several dozen of you. Yes.
Chef, how could you?
How could you? Can you believe Chef Sandy would make a mistake like that? Come on. I don't know how much about Kazumi Evans, but according to Wikipedia, she was a finalist a few years back on the Canadian talent show Triple Sensation. Speaking of voice actors, I'm not sure if you follow other Brony podcasts, but earlier this week, Everfree Radio interviewed Maddie Peters, the voice actress for Scootaloo. I mentioned this not to call attention to the show, the interview, or even the song that Maddie recorded in collaboration with Amanda Pony and Acoustic Brony, which there's YouTube link, but I think it got taken down because they didn't get the okay from Hasbro or something. Although I think all those are great, instead I want to draw attention to the charity fundraiser Maddie is organizing to provide famine relief in Africa. I believe Maddie's plan to sell original artwork to benefit the charity, but a number of people have started donating already. In fact, the fundraiser is already a good portion of the way to its goal of $10,000. Generous anonymous donors making the rest of us look bad. I thought it might be nice to you guys to give it a shout out and encourage your audience to donate. It would be another great way for Bronies to show how generous we can be. Getting tongue-tied. Take care. Lock, stock, and barrel.
And all those links are on the show notes, so if you want to check those out, you totally can.
Okay.
I would click this YouTube link to check, but that would cause things to record. That would be bad.
Yeah, let's not break things.
And Chef Sandy is on borrowed time at this point, so let me go ahead and go through our 5-star iTunes bronies so he can shuttle off. 5-star iTunes bronies, you guys are awesome. You've given us 387 ratings, so thanks to James Quirk, Carl Bluxberg, Kygo, Schizocho, DCM Rules, oh boy, Claudio...
Alondrus Feathermoon.
There you go, that's a better one. Michael Arnold, Fughimden, Conradical 16, Super Brony, J Brony 276, Lazarus, Espada 17, Kadashi, and John Loughran. Thank you all for just leaving us little iTunes reviews. That helps us out and makes our show pop up more. I think it's now like constantly in the area of the best TV shows on iTunes now. So that's very
awesome.
Cool. All right. Moving forward on and pressing for time, one cool things. I'm going to go ahead and give you two, because I thought these were both pretty neat. First, it popped up on Equestria Daily. He squeed because it was there, but the Ask Captain Pipsqueak tumbler is adorable. It's so adorable. You should check it out, because it's Pipsqueak actually being a captain. Not a pirate, but a captain on a ship for his fair Princess Luna. The other one is a really neat little just clip of Inside Hasbro Studios, which came from, let me see if I can find out, Animation Magazine. And it's all just the Studio B team being absurdly silly. Woody just playing with his guitar, and someone holding up Celestia and pretending to paint Celestia with Celestia. Yeah, them rocking out on a meeting, pointing at screens. So they look like they're having a good time with all those photo shoots. So, yes. Yep. Check those out.
And mine this week is just Sonic Rain Boom by Mike the Microphone. We mentioned it on the last show that he was on, that he was working on getting that released, and so he has. It was recently featured on Equestria Daily, but I figured, hey, give it a listen. It's Mike. He's rapping.
You guys like
Deal
it,
with
Mike?
it. Yep. Alright, so I am on past my time limit. I need to go.
Okay,
but
Chef.
I am sure that you and PT can tell us all about the upcoming Bronycon in 2 weeks.
Yes.
So, I will look forward to listening to this episode.
All right,
Later,
Chef.
guys.
Well, now my filter for crazy is totally gone. So, Purple, we can go as insane as you want.
Oh, I'm not sure if that's a request you want to make of me. I can get pretty
All right,
insane.
let's do this. But let's see. We've got one cool thing. Do you know if you have any cool thing we can fill in here? Because since we're here.
Yeah, absolutely. It was featured on Equestria Daily, but I think it merits a second mention. The Christmas mashup from the voice actress who does Apple Bloom.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Sweetie Belle. But she does a mashup as Apple Bloom and Sweetie Belle. Was posted on EQD, got taken down from YouTube, but someone captured the audio, and it's just really adorable. She does a mashup of Christmas song plus Hush Now, Quiet Now. Really, really clever.
Yeah, I'll find that and add that in. I did see that a little bit earlier this week. It was just Apple Bloom just completely just doing Silent Night, and then all of a sudden Sweetie Belle just doing and going to the Hush Now. So just nice and
really
quiet.
felt
Hush Now, quiet. You're like, whoa, hey. It's pretty good. Yeah, that was
It was a cute little holiday gift.
Yeah, they both, her and Sweetie, are, and the voice of Scootaloo, all just doing little YouTube stuff.
I think it's great, really. I think it's wonderful to see them interacting with the fans and not being, like, terrified of us.
Well, I'm glad that at least so far they haven't been terrified by the fans, knowing that how some of you can get. I'm waving my hoof at you. Cross this microphone. Watch yourselves. So Purple, so let's go ahead. We'll rewind time a little bit. We'll go back to our area of topic time, and we'll also give you just a little bit of time to talk about episode 37, the Hearthwarming Eve, a bit, if you'd like.
Absolutely.
Just try and fit some of this in for you. So let's see. So let's talk topic time. You are the main pony over there running BronyCon, which we are going to be over there in a scant 3 weeks.
3 weeks from the time of recording. By the time it gets released, maybe more like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's good. That's December 7th over there in Manhattan, or as the rest of us may know, Manhattan, New York City. Over there,
New York
City, Hotel Pennsylvania. I've still got to reserve my room in the room block because I'm a bad pony. But yeah, let's see. Let's go ahead. Now that everything's a little bit more settled, we know all that's going to be happening. Go ahead and sell us. What do we got? What do we know we're going to be running into come December or January 7th?
Oh boy, it's more a question of what aren't we going to be running into. Well, first and foremost, obviously, there's the voice actresses. Already listed on the website are Andrea Libman, who's the voice of Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy, and Ms. Nicole Oliver, who's the voice of Cheerilee and Princess Celestia. And I haven't listed this one yet. I just announced it at our December meetup yesterday, but it'll probably be on the website by the time the show airs, is Ms. Ashley Ball, the voice of Rainbow Dash and Applejack.
No way!
She's pulled in a lot of people.
No way! Oh!
Wait, we got her. We got her.
Man.
It took a little finagling, but yeah, we got her. And so now we're going to have those 3 awesome voice actresses, who between the 3 of them voice 6 roles on the show, plus maybe some ancillary roles I'm forgetting about, but 6 main roles, obviously. And
you do realize somewhere Chef is listening to this and part of his brain just exploded.
Yeah, I think I'm going to make a lot of people's brains explode. I mean, when I announced this at the December meetup, it was right after the episode airing, when I had every pony gathered around like 100 ponies in front of the screen. And as soon as I announced that, people immediately jump on their phones and start like texting, like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!" So
yeah, that's pretty substantial. I mean, I love her stuff because her band Hey Ocean, like I immediately, once I found out, I was like, oh, let me go find that out. And I, after listening to some YouTube clips, I'm like, this girl is talented. Like,
oh yeah, oh absolutely,
way talented.
My West Coast counterpart, Bajati, actually went out and did an interview of her. I've heard. I just heard this today. He went to one of her concerts with Hey Ocean, did an interview with her afterwards, posted it up on YouTube, and evidently it got made into a really funny YouTube poop. A little bit not safe for work, but it's a YouTube poop. They usually are. But now I got to look this up tonight. Now that we've signed her, I got to see this funny YouTube poop.
That sounds great. So all right, so we got those voice personalities going to be there. What about we've got tons of musicians you were mentioning a little earlier.
Oh yeah, we have like half the well-known musicians in the pony world coming. We've got, let's see, just looking down the list, we got all of Nayslayer, which is the band headed by Deathinator and Hoity Toity. There's also Ajax, and also Kez Sim. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I call him Kez. And Schlagwork, the new drummer. We've got Tekaramity. Wait, sorry. Tekaramity is an interviewer for EQD. I'm reading down the list. I'm not cutting out the people who aren't musicians.
Hey, no problem.
We got Tarby, who of course is most well known for Something Broke, which, due to a controversy, won't be performed at the show. Will be performed after the con, however, for those who want to hear it.
At the after party, I assume? That crazy after party?
We're not actually doing an after party this time. It's actually being canceled because we have too much stuff. We're actually be canceling the after party today and extending the con out to like 9 or 10. We got so much stuff. It's going to be insane. But of course, people can have after parties in their rooms, and probably will. And I might even show up at one. Who else we got? We got Chain Algorithm. who's behind the original soundtrack for My Little Pony Online, plus some original tracks and other stuff, really well known.
And our theme song for the show, so.
We got Jackalap. We've got Super Saw Hoover. We've got Omnipony, aka Official Omnivore. We've got Fugogs. And a couple other musicians coming too. Just trying to think. We got Boschfire coming. And I'm sure there's somebody else I've forgotten. I think we might also be getting Alex S., but don't quote me on that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people coming.
Yeah, I heard some rumblings that Alex S. might go, and that's all just kind of dependent on how that all turns out. But that's a lot of musicians. That sounds like something you could have them on like constant rotation all day.
Oh yeah, and actually we're planning a concert called Bronypalooza. If we can squeeze this into the schedule, and it'll be basically like all of these musicians coming up doing a little 15-minute number, and just one after the other after the other.
Yeah, if you could make that.
We're going to have two.
Yeah, let's see. Let me take a look at... And then there's also all the artists that are coming out there. Let me just scroll down here. Oh, and we can't forget... So you added the voice actresses. We can't forget that there's also the interview via Skype with Daniel Ingram.
Yes, that's going to be a big thing. We're going to have the interview with Daniel Ingram, which, of course, you guys are going to be moderating. And that ought to be really awesome. There might be another surprise that we're coming up with for the Daniel Ingram thing. I can't give you details, but if we can pull this off, it's going to be really memorable.
Hey,
really...
that would be great. Whatever you can do. So let's see. Artists we've got here: John Joseco, Juan Joseco, however you wanted to put those J's in that name. Pixel Kitties. Let's see. Scroll. Of course, Starry Night. She's an artist. Let's see, because she's going to be with me. Who else we got here that are...
Egophiliac?
Okay, there's... Yeah, I'm trying... Just going through all these. All right, Ego... you know what? You know this list a little bit better. Go for it, PT.
Yeah, we got Egophiliac, who I think started the whole Ponies and Socks meme. We got Garrett Gilchrist, who did that ginormous coloring book. Also does amazing depictions of humanized ponies. And is the pony behind the official Bronycon t-shirt store. BecausePonies.blogspot site. What am I saying? BecausePonies.spreadshirt.com. For some reason, I always think of it as .blogspot.
A lot of people on Blogspot, so that makes sense. Okay, so that's all BronyCon. That's January 2012. You can all find that at bronycon.org. Let's see, schedule congoer info. So yeah, let's see, congoer. How much does it cost to get into this place, huh?
It's only $40. If you pre-register at the door, it'll be $45. It actually started at 30 months ago, so the real smart people are the ones who got their tickets way back when. But yeah, it's $40 until the day before the con, and then we're going to probably suspend ticket sales that night before so we can print badges, and it's going to be $45 at the door. And this is an event that runs from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. It's all-day pony event.
I'm going to have such a sore throat because I think it's going to be another like full recording just... come on, Chef, we can do it. We've been recording so much. Maybe we'll get some water at some point.
I was going to say, all I can say is bring a lot of water and bring a lot of throat drops.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy day for us. So let's see, some of the other things that you listed here. General goods for sale with removable price stickers, the thrift store.
Yeah. That's actually something that we started with Bronycon September. It actually worked out pretty good. The idea is basically, well, there are going to be a bunch of geeks there, so bring geeky stuff you no longer want and sell it. And people have done that. Like last time, someone brought a bunch of Super Mario Brothers wall art. I snapped up some of that stuff myself. People brought comic books and graphic novels and Star Trek things and other geeky things, and it worked out really well.
Okay. Canned goods, unopened toys for a charity drive, baked goods for a bake sale. Let's see, unusual pony items for an auction, cash for purchasing.
Yeah, you're basically going down our what to bring list.
Pretty much.
Which is good advice, of course. Basically, we do several charity events. We do a canned good drive where it's donated to a local shelter in Manhattan. We also are doing a toy drive this time in cooperation with somebody from what's called Child's Play. One of our ponies, our new charity director, starting this initiative. we were going to go with Toys for Tots. I suggested, why don't we go with Child's Play? Because, all these connections to the video gaming community, it seemed to make sense. So we're doing stuff with them. So you don't have to donate pony toys. You can donate other toys. But obviously, giving the gift of pony is a great way to show that you love these kids. And the baked goods are for our bake sale. But all of these things, whether you donate baked goods to us or canned goods or toys to charity, you get extra raffle tickets, which are really good because our raffle prizes are amazing.
Ooh, that sounds dangerous. You were doing a deal a little earlier with the raffle, just like, tonight is double ticket night, go!
Yeah, we do all kinds of ticket promotions. As a matter of fact, every pony who attended Brony's NYC meetup December gets an extra raffle ticket and things like that. The first 30 registrants are VIPs and get better seating and an extra ticket. So, the more of these things you participate in, the greater your chance to win.
They've got a special ticket. So, let's see. Let's see, and the contact information is for the Brony's NYC meetup group, discussion pages. You can contact Purple Tinker based off of the site. They have it looks like a live chat on the IRC highway with a Bronycon web interface provided. I'm going to go say hi to your friends real quick. Apple cider. There we go. Let's see. Hey, there's people here. Hello, people. It is Apple Cider. Hello, people. It is Apple Cider. I'm saying hi.
Yeah, we've already got some people hanging out on our IRC channel.
Yep. So I'm giving them a little bit of a Toasty Justice says hello. Okay, so let's see. While I do that, so I think that takes care. I mean, there's certainly plenty enough stuff to talk about with BronyCon, and there's just so much going on with that. So let's. Did you see the most recent episode by chance? I
did actually. I saw it, caught most of it during our meetup yesterday. Although obviously I was, running around doing audio work and random things that needed doing. But yeah, I did catch most of it.
Okay.
I really liked it.
Okay.
It was a nice episode.
Yeah, so let's see. I'll just go back to recap a little bit. Hearthwarming Eve. So just a nice little Christmas story or holiday story, more or less. So you took to it rather well.
Oh yeah, I think it really fit in with the nature of the season without being preachy or anything, and while being equally applicable to people of all backgrounds and faiths or lacks thereof.
Checking through this, we've done emails. Disjointed backwards crazy today, but that's what happens when I don't have Chef here. Or, yes, Chef. Let's see, is there anything else, Purple, you wanted to go over? I'm trying to think, since we're kind of in this weird quagmire miasma state.
Only to say that if we hit a peak of perhaps 600 or 700 people, we might actually have to cap attendance for the first time ever. So if you're interested in RSVPing for Bronycon, I really suggest that you get your tickets in as early as possible, because once this once this Ashley Ball thing goes public, we're going to get a whole bunch of people, and we might actually hit our limit.
So what's the? Do you know what the preregs are at this point?
Yeah, we're just about to hit 300, or like 290 something.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that might be something to look at, because I could get any that are kind of going, Celestia, oh, that's pretty cool. Pinkie Pie Fluttershy, all right, that's kind of nice. And then just like, oh, God, they got more. Rush.
Exactly. And, but yeah, at this relative point in the game last time, we had like 150 or something, or 200. We get so many registrants in the last week, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. Sometimes things will practically double in just the last week. So, it's going to be interesting. Those numbers are going to start to rise and rise and rise now that we've only got 3 weeks left.
Yeah, and as said, there is information on a room block. Do you have more information on that?
I do. Some people had some problems due to a technical glitch with the hotels, but it should be fixed now. But yeah, we do have a room block. There is a code. I think we published the code on the discussion boards, but in case any pony wants to register a room through the group rate and can't find the code, just have them email me directly. My email address is like plastered all over bronycon.org and the meetup group site, so I'm not hard to find. But yeah, we do have a group rate. There are still a few rooms available, and it's a really amazing rate.
All right. Yep. I saw it. Me and Chef and M are all and Starry here are all going to take a good use of that room block. Actually, we're going to see how long we can ride out with a little bit of hanging around in New York City for a while.
It's a great city to hang out in.
Just going to be doing the. We've got actually got one friend over there I got to see, another one who's doing a podcast that wants me and Chef to record for them, just to kind of talk about the whole Brony thing, and then just kind of checking out the city will be the first time in the Big Apple, so.
Cool. Maybe I can show you some of the sites.
Hey, it'd be fun. Depending, I know you're a busy pony, so.
I am a busy pony, yeah. But yeah, traditionally in the day or so after a con, there's hanging out, there are official after-party events, after-con events. There are unofficial after-con events, but yeah, there are going to be a lot of ponies in town and a lot of opportunities to hang out.
Okay, well, sounds good. So, I think now that we've gotten everything taken care of, I think we'll go ahead and close out this episode, PT, if that is okay with you.
Wonderful.
All right. Just want to go ahead and pull up. I will go ahead and say thank Chef, who had to run off a little bit because he had some prior obligations, for helping out on the show. I also want to thank Purple for coming in and just talking about Bronycon, which is coming up quickly around the corner. Thank you very much, Purple.
No props.
If you want to go ahead and check out the site, that's going to be bronyshow.com. If you want to go ahead and leave us an email, that's going to be bronyville@gmail.com. You can always go ahead and follow us on Twitter. My Twitter feed is going to be Bronyville.
And my Twitter feed is Chef Sandy.
That's Chef Sandy's ghost right there, except he's not dead.
And the ghost of Chef Sandy future.
Yes, future Chef Sandy. The ghost of Chef Sandy past decided that he wanted to tell you that. I don't know. If you want to go ahead, we do have Google Plus. You can just look for Bronyville Podcast on Google Plus. We do have our meetup groups. Mine is the Bronies of Northern California.
And mine are the Bronies of something Texas. Go look.
North Texas. There.
North Texas.
And let's see, emails, that. Leave us iTunes reviews. We read you on the show, and it helps us get on iTunes. And that'll be it for us over here at Bronyville. For PT and all of us, have a happy holidays, and we'll go ahead and catch you next week. Sleep well, every pony.